So as we've reached the end of June, it's finally time to do the mid-year book tag. And this is my very first book tag ever as a baby booktuber. I'm actually so excited to be doing this today. I saw, who was it? I saw Larry and Emmy do this, and I was so intrigued, and I wanted to do this. I saw that a lot of people have done this. I don't know who created this. I don't know who started it, okay? So I gathered a few of their questions for this video today. There were a few that I didn't actually want to answer, or I couldn't find an answer, so I kind of cut those out, added a few other ones, and just kind of mixed it up. But it's about the same thing as everyone else is doing, okay? There were just a few questions I just didn't have answers to, so I didn't include them. I didn't think they were that interesting, at least. So before we continue, please consider subscribing and liking the video, supporting the channel. It would be fucking amazing. And you can also follow me on TikTok. That's where I'm most active on a day-to-day basis with some content. So yeah, let's just jump into the video, okay? So I am gonna be reading off of my iPad, okay? I have the questions and my answers here because I need to have them written down or I'll forget, okay? So I just want to say that I've tried to not repeat as much as possible with the books that I chose for each of the questions, but there are a few that I needed to repeat them because they're the same answer. There's just no other answer for me to put in that category. So some of them will repeat, but most of them don't. I try my best not to repeat them. So the first question is the best books you've read this year. So the first question is, what are the best books you've read this year? First off, we have Stargazer's Salvation. I'm telling you, I've raved about this book. I've made a whole YouTube video about this book. I absolutely love it to pieces. This is an indie book that has not been picked up anywhere. No one is picking it up. I don't understand how. It doesn't compute in my brain. It's such an amazing, crazy, amazing, perfect book. I'm actually going to be ordering the physical copy for my birthday because I absolutely love this book, okay? I'm just in love with it. I think it's amazing. I loved the characters. I loved everything about it. We have a lot of background, a lot of secrets, a lot of story, and she slowly introduces us to her world, to how it works, to how the society works, to how the magic works. And the writing itself, it's so well written. I love the way this author writes. I'm absolutely a fan of her. And so the story is just goes from there. It's absolutely amazing. I love it so much. I'm so excited for the next one. Next up, we have The Rag Picker King. Oh my god, when I tell you, I absolutely love this fucking book. The first book was okay, but I was like, I understand this first book is a build-up to the next one. I just hope the next one doesn't disappoint. It had really big shoes to fill, and when I tell you it filled them, it overflowed those shoes. It's so good. It's the build-up. It's everything we wanted. Every single thing we wanted from every single one of the characters. It's so well, written, and, just all of the, intricacies are all starting to fall into place. Oh my god, I love it so much. I'm so excited for the next one. It was everything and anything. I love it. I've been raving about it on social media. It filled everything it needed to fill. Oh, also, if you like this book and you want really nice art, please go check out Frostbite Studios art. I'm telling you, you will not regret it. Oh my god, I love it. I love it so much. Okay. Next up was Blood Over by Haven. This was actually surprising because I didn't know I was going to like it as much as I did, and I absolutely loved it. I also love the intricacies of the magic. So in this world, basically, magic is done by, machine, right? You have to write code so it translates into magic. And, there's a really dark secret regarding this magic and where the power for this magic comes from. And also there's, a lot of political and, ethical questioning in this book. I absolutely love it. I love the main characters. I love their different perspectives and how we see the main female character evolve and her mentality change, and how she's struggling so much to understand it to the point where she doesn't want to do it anymore. It's so good. It has so much depth. Next up we have, I think the title in English is Slow Fire Burning by Paula Hawkins. This is a murder mystery. I absolutely love her books. I've become a really big fan of her books throughout the years. I absolutely love it. I added more of her books into my TBR because I want to read all of them. That's how much of a fan I am right now. Love them so much. Want to continue reading. She's just great. And another murder mystery book I also absolutely loved, and I had to include it on the top books of this year, obviously. Blood Moon by Joe Nesbo. Oh my god, Joe Nesbo is the king of murder mysteries. When I tell you, it will fuck with your mind. You think you know who it is, but you don't. I'm telling you, I will put my hands in the fire and tell you, you do not know. you do not know who did it, you will not know who did it, and you think you do, but you don't. Such a mindfuck to like read this book and try to piece everything together, and then there's just one small tiny minuscule detail. That's the only thing you can get that will let you know who it is, but you will not notice it, you will not see it. Like, it's so good, so well written. Next question was the best series you've read this year. I think this one was mine. Okay, I made this one up. Okay, I've read so many great series that don't actually have like amazing books, but the story, the series themselves, like the story itself is pretty good. So I wanted to include that. I wanted to differentiate, okay? I wanted to, because this is my video. I do whatever the fuck I want. So, first off, we have Fourth Wing. Yes, I only read it this year because it got really overhyped. And one thing about me is the more something is hyped, the less I'm going to want to read it or do whatever it is, okay? So, it's part of my ADHD, okay? I have, like, oppositional defiance disorder since a very young age. I don't even need a psychologist to diagnose me, because as soon as I saw the definition of it, I was like, I have it. I don't even, there is no question in my body that I have it. I've always have. So the more something is hyped, the less I want to do it. And so that's what happened with Fourth Wing. That's why I'm only reading it now. But it was nice because I read all the books in one go. I actually really liked it. I thought like the writing was going to be shit, because a lot of people said, oh, the writing is really terrible. It's mediocre or whatever. I don't think so. I think like, I'm not reading for masterpieces. Obviously, I don't want badly written books, but trust me, this one is not badly written. It's not. It might not be a masterpiece. You might like Shakespeare better, but like, this is not badly written. I love the characters. I love the story. We don't need to overcomplicate things. I do think, like, I don't think it's all that it's hyped up to be. Like, I wouldn't compare this to Throne of Glass. Fuck off. No. Selena Sardothian is my bae. Aelin Galathynius is my bae. Like, there is no, it's not even comparable, but I still very much loved it a lot. And I can't wait to see where it's going to go. Even though I think that certain things weren't, I have thoughts. I don't think certain things make sense. Like, why would the characters do this? But, like, I get it. We just have to see where it's going to go. And yeah, next up is the Lunar Chronicles. This is very like teeny book, okay? But I had never heard of them. I had never read them. And I just decided to like give it a go. I loved it. I love every single second of it. I love how each book follows a different story, like Snow White, Red Riding Hood, Cinderella, things like that. But like all very different, all in the same world, and they all intertwine. I loved every single second of it. I love it so much. I couldn't choose one book to say like, oh, this is my, like, I really can't. I loved every single one of them. I loved every single one of the characters. Like, it's just it's perfect. It's perfection. It's perfection. I loved it. Legendborn was another one. I am very, very like surprised by this book, because like, especially the first one, because I wasn't expecting a retelling of the Round Table and Arthur's story. Like, I wasn't expecting that. I don't know what I was expecting, but that was not it. I also really like the fact that we get the African-American experience in America. We get that POV. We get a lot of like things that a lot of people won't have into consideration. And it's kind of ridiculous how like certain interactions are kind of ridiculous, how like that's even possible to happen. Like, how are people treating other people like this? It's just, we're all human beings. It's like, I really can't even fathom. I really loved that side of the book as well, like that conversation. I do think it needs to be pushed up a bit more. I do feel like the third book, I think it was the third book, with like the whole memory loss trope, you lost me there. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't love that, but I am really excited to see where the series is gonna go. I'm gonna be honest, but the memory loss trope never really makes sense to me. It's never really well done. The series so far has been really, really good. I have been loving it a lot, so I can't wait for the next book to come out. Next up, we have the Book of Azrael. Now, I expected a bit more. I'm gonna be honest. I expected a bit more, but I absolutely love it. I love how deranged Diane is. I don't love the fact that the MMC is such a like, I don't know, he's such a puppy. I don't know, like, I don't love the fact that he's always running after her like a headless chicken. And how much of like he just gets beaten down over and over and over again, and he's still going after her. Like, obviously we all want this unconditional love that like keeps following us and keeps fighting for us, but at the same time, like, boy, like, there's a limit. And Diana, you need to stop with your temper tantrums, okay, girl? I love you, but like, you know. But I think it's a really good story. I think it's like evolving into something completely different from what it was originally, and I'm excited to see what comes next. I really love the series, and it's one of those book talk recommendations that I'm actually surprised I liked. Like, You know, it's hitting pretty good. It's a pretty good series, so I'm really excited for that. The last one I have for this question is The Aspect of Essence. This one was a complete surprise to me. I just saw the cover and I loved it and I wanted to read it. I judged the book by its cover, but it was so good. The first book, I will say, like, in the romantasy side of it had a lot, but in the actual fantasy and the actual backstory, there isn't a lot going on. I will say that. So that book kind of, for me, was rated a little bit lower than the rest. But this series is so good as a whole. Like, the characters are so good. The story, the background, the secrets, the magical system, the creatures. Like, it has everything, but not in a, like, excessive way. It even has dragons, bitch. It has dragons, okay? Like, but it's not excessive. It's not like, oh my god, just put all the tricks out of the hat or something. No, like, it's actually really well written, really good. The relationships, the smut, bitch. The smut. Every single character, every single, like, relationships, oh my god, I love it. I love it so much. It's one of my top series, honestly. Like, I love it so much. It was so surprising. I wasn't ready, and I had to wait a couple months to read the last one because it wasn't out yet when I read it, and I was so happy to read it. Not months, weeks, but like, I was, oh my god, I love it so much. So definitely worth a read if you want a really good fantasy romantasy series with multiple couples, multiple POVs, and it's just like everything you want in magic. Yes, this is so good. Trust me, it's severely underhyped, I'm afraid. So the next question was, what were the worst books of the year? Obviously, we talked about the best. We need to talk about the worst. And I don't think it's very surprising if you've been listening me yap online the last couple months. But first off, we have 22 Seconds. This is a murder mystery. Kind of like, imagine a book that's kind of like a cop show. Like, think about Castle, you know? It's not NCIS or CSI, but it's kind of more like Castle or like Rosolian Isles, for example, but without the funny banter and the great characters and all the good parts, you know? You really feel like you're in an episode of that. It's just how it's written, only it's just shit. The guy that has all the info is the first guy they catch, random, and then in the end, like, it doesn't make sense. You don't understand who did it. You don't understand the reasoning. You don't understand how it pieces together. You also have like a few chapters in the book that doesn't make any sense because there are different POVs from like different characters, because this follows mainly like female characters. And so you have like, I think, a coroner and a journalist. I think those are the other two. There's a third one, but I don't remember. And their chapters make no sense. And like they don't fit into the story whatsoever. So I do think it's like this book is part of like a series of books, and so they're all intertwined, and so those chapters make sense in like in the intertwined sense of it. But if you're just reading one of the books, it's very like, why the fuck do I care about these chapters? Like, they make no sense to the story. Like, it just I hate the writing. I hate the story itself was stupid pointless. The investigation was fucking idiotic. He got stuck in a lot of details that I don't fucking care. Like, I don't fucking care what her fucking coffee order is. I don't care. I don't want to hear about it. Will not be reading anything from this author ever again. Silent Patient. If you saw my previous video, you'll know I didn't like this one because of the psychological side of like this book. It's very psychoanalysis based, like Freudian based, and that's not something I believe in. Like, it's not the school of psychology that I follow as like a psychology major, and like, you know, so I didn't love that part of it. And the plot twist was good, but I didn't love the ending. I don't know, it wasn't for me. It wasn't something I had fun. It's definitely one of the lower rated books this year, so I didn't like it. I'm gonna end it on a bang, and it's Rhapsodic. Hear me out. If you like Rhapsodic or anything Laura Thlasso writes, please leave my channel. Please don't come back. No. Rhapsodic is basically a book about grooming. And from the moment that the author writes, like, oh, it's not grooming because basically, like, the magical beings are adults earlier than the non-magical beings, doesn't make it any better when we have, like, a character that's centuries old that's basically grooming a 16-year-old to love him. Like, he knows she has Monday through Sunday underwear, and she has no idea how he knows, but he does. Like, he's literally grooming her, and the only reason he doesn't fuck her in high school as a minor, not technically because the author made it change the age, but, like, you know, as a minor, is because there's literally magic stopping him from doing it. So he lives, for the next few years, he lives as close as possible to her without the magic barrier being there. And the one time that magical barrier finally snaps and lets him like go to her is the day he shows up. So literally he would have had sex with a minor that he's been grooming, and we're romanticizing grooming, basically. And that's what we're doing. I literally, when I tell you this book gave me the biggest ick in the fucking world, it did. I swear to you it did. I kept reading because I wanted to see how far it would go. Literally, I wanted to see how far it would go, where it would reach, like, what are we talking about? And it got worse and worse and worse as I read. Like, I honestly, moving along. Next question is books that surprised you the most, and this would be Haunting and Hunting Adeline. Those are like my first thing that came to mind. Like, I was really surprised with the series. I've mentioned it previously on a video, but also like on TikTok I've mentioned this multiple times. I was not expecting the series to be as good as it is. It got so much backlash, so much like shit talked about it, especially because that one like, you know, scene. And I just like, once I actually stopped and thought and like read it, because I was curious, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make my own opinions, I'm gonna read it, fuck it all. I really liked it. It's really good. The smut is impeccable. And then the second book gets really dark, really dark, really bad. But like the psychological, the trauma, the overcoming the trauma, the like what she has to go through, it's so interesting, so amazing. Like, it's so well written. Like, oh my god, it's an amazing duology. I don't think you'll understand how good this is. It got my jaw on the floor. I was not expecting it to be this good. Next up, we have A Touch of Golden Madness. Now, this one, like, it wasn't that big of a surprise as the previous ones, but like, I just thought it was going to be another romance. See, I wasn't ready to be caught up so much on the books. I can't even tell you why. It's just, I think it's the vibes, the magical system for sure, like how much backstory there is and like secrets there are. There's a prequel I haven't read yet. I need to do that, but I just got sucked into it. I loved it so much. And I wasn't expecting to love it as much as I did. Like, I really didn't. I think it was the characters, the slow burn, also like the mysteries, the madness itself. I'm really enjoying every single aspect of it, so I'm really excited to see where this is going to go next. Lastly, we have Meadow Slinger. This one was surprising to me, not in the sense of like it surprised me that I liked it so much, more of like the plot twist on this book got me in a chokehold. Like, it was a 5 stars, especially with the plot twist. Like, it was a 5 stars for me, like solid. And then I kind of sat with the plot twist, and I realized it's actually because of the plot twist it went down to 4 stars. I'm gonna be honest, because the plot twist just just invalidated everything we read the entire book. But I will say I loved it. I loved reading it. I love the characters. I'm really excited for the next one. I really like this book. It was too extreme. It was to the point where you don't even understand why that person is the good person. You don't understand who is in the right side now. Like, I don't know who to believe anymore because I cannot trust you anymore, you know? So, loved it. Would do advise you to read it. It's really good book. And I love the pacing. I loved everything about it. Like, I really love this book, so I'm really excited to see where it's gonna go. Next up, we have What Books Disappointed You. First, we have The Heartless Hunter, or The Crimson Moth. It changed names depending on the version that you read. I thought it was gonna be a lot more enemies to lovers than it was. I thought it was gonna have a lot more depth than it did. I just expected more. It was a good story, but I just expected a lot more of it. The second book was a lot of miscommunication to the point I wanted to stab my eyes out. Okay, so I liked it, but I was just disappointed. I guess I expected a lot more, especially with all the hype, but I should start learning that the hype does not mean shit. Yeah. When Among Crows was another one that was a bit disappointing for me. I just know, like, I love the author's other works, but I just, this one doesn't click for me. I loved the stories. I love how, like, this is, like, the mythology behind this book and all the stories that we have in this book. Yes. Loved that about it. Okay, loved reading about that. But just the book just fell through. It didn't have as much depth as I thought it was. I didn't connect with the characters as much as I wanted to. It fell flat for me. And I have no interest of reading the next one. So that's just kind of where I stand with this one. When the Moon Hatched was another one. Yeah, I know. I loved it. First half, I loved every single second of it. And then it just falls through. Like, she just crawls in a cave and pretends like nothing is happening. I know she's avoidant. I know it makes sense, but like, come the fuck on, bitch. Like, there's no need to all of this, okay? On the last third of the book, it just fell through because of that, because like, bitch, just move the fuck on. And certain things were very predictable plot-wise. Like, I predicted a lot of things that were going to happen. So yeah, that's why it was a bit disappointing for me, even though I am definitely going to read the next one. I am, 100%. Next up, we have Donna Bonix. Mentioned this on my previous video as well. It's a romantasy. She's really gullible. Everything was very predictable. Nothing was really new. I didn't really give a shit. I didn't really give a shit to read the rest of the series. It's just, I thought it was going to be a really good series. I've heard so many good things about it. I just thought, like, as, like, I read, like, the blurb and everything, like, I thought I'm going to really love this. I didn't. Sorry, not sorry. I really didn't love it. I was really disappointed with it. But I just made the executive decision of not continuing the series because it just didn't make sense. I didn't love it that much, and I didn't care that much. So Silver Elite, I do think it's there's no reason for me to say much about this. I have mentioned how I feel about this book in a different video. You guys can check that out. But it was just disappointing in the end because initially I really liked it, and then I kind of like started really piecing things together and realizing, okay, like it's not exactly what I thought it was gonna be, and I expected a lot more from it initially that I did not get. She's also like a very much an annoying character. I like wanted to stab her or like hit her head against the wall multiple times. I don't know. I wanted to beat her ass so many times. I couldn't hear it anymore. So I didn't love it. And lastly was Dark Birch Academy. This was an e-arc that was sent to me by the author. Like, I'm very thankful that she did. I'm very, very, very thankful. But I just kind of fell through. It promised a lot. It promised that the FMC was going to be the savage, crazy MMC that is very much Harry Potter inspired, that it's a dark academia. It fills none of those boxes at all, bitch. It's very shallow. There's a lot of like missing background. There's no academia, absolutely no academia. It was very easy. Like it's almost as if like the plan was already done. All you needed to do was have this person by your side to execute the plan. Like it just, yeah, it needed more work. I think it needed more work. It needed more development. And I was really disappointed because I was really excited to read it. It sounded like really good, really up my alley. I was so happy about it, and I just, after I finished it, I was like, oh, okay, yeah. So that was, yeah. Moving on to the next question, and this one is a little bit more positive. What were my new favorite authors? And like any new author that I found. So first up we have A.R. Schilling. That is the author of The Stargazer's Salvation, the new indie book that I found. Like, I've raved enough about it. Like, I think you can understand why she's my new favorite author. I mean, it's like, I know it's just one book, but like, I like her writing style a lot. That was something that hit me from the start of the book. I was so freaking surprised how much I was loving the way she writes. It's not something I pay too much attention to unless I don't like it, you know. But like, this one was just like, oh wow, it's really well written. I'm really, really in love with this. And I've seen published, edited, picked up books that don't have half of the quality that this one does. So yeah, she writes really well, really, really well. Sue Lin Tan was also another author that I'm very surprised, and I'm going to be reading more of her books. I read Immortal by her. Absolutely liked it. I like the pacing. I like how one singular book felt like I was reading 3 different ones. You know, love the story, love the pacing, love the characters, love the development, like loved the world that she created. Like, really surprised by it. I thought I was gonna like it, but I didn't think it was gonna be that much of a trip, of a whole full story, you know, of an adventure. So I really liked it. So yeah. Next up we have Samantha Amstutz. I'm trying, okay? She's the author of The Aspect of Essence. Again, raved enough about the series. I think you understand why I think she's one of my new favorite authors. I just really love her writing, really loved her story. So I'm really excited to read more of her if she has anything more. I haven't honestly checked yet, but yeah, definitely one of the writers I'm really surprised I really fell in love with. Next up we have Most Beautiful Books / Favorite Covers. In May, I got accepted into the Fairy Loot Adult Books subscription. I got accepted, and June was my first month, and this edition is gorgeous. It's beautiful. So if you're in this and you haven't checked yours, do not look, okay? Move along, okay? So I got Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. I haven't read it yet. I'm so excited. I've been wanting to read this book, but it is gorgeous, okay? The cover is gorgeous. Back, also gorgeous. The actual, the edges, the sprayed edges, bitch. This is beautiful, really detailed, and the art on the inside, excuse you, what do you mean? This is gorgeous. Are you kidding me? Every single piece of this is gorgeous. The actual cover of the book, hello, it's bronze foiled. It's not even gold foiled, it's bronze foiled. Hello, it's beautiful. I am in love with this book. I'm in love with this thing. I don't even know. I don't even know. It's the most beautiful book I have in my collection, to be fair. I absolutely love this and I cannot wait to read it. Next up we have, what books do you want to reread this year? So I'm going to actually be rereading the Bone Season series because the last book, The Dark Mirror, just came out this year. I've been dreading reading it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been so excited for it, but I just cannot make myself read it. The same happened with The Mask Falling. I can't because I'm not ready for whatever heartbreak I'm gonna have to go through because this series is big, and so this is the 5th, but I think we have 2 more after this, so I'm not mentally ready for this yet. So that's why I'm struggling a little bit to read it. So I want to read the whole series so I can have everything fresh in my mind because it's been a couple of years since I read the last one, especially since it's been 5 years since I read the first one. Even though I know the first one front to back, back to front, because I read it twice and I love it. I love these characters, I love the story, I love it, all of it. I'm really excited to reread it and I'm going to be vlogging it. Everything else is series I want to reread. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do that this year. The first one is Throne of Glass, obviously. I want to go through that heartbreak again. I did it beginning of last year, read it in February, I think, last year. And I want to go through that heartbreak again. I want to vlog it as well. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do it, but I want to go through that heartbreak again. Okay. The next one is Aragon. I love Aragon so much. I was obsessed with Aragon. Okay, obsessed. I actually have one of the books, like the short novella that came out after the last Aragon book. I have that one signed by Christopher Paolini himself because he came to Portugal for book signings. I went to see him. I found out the day of it was already happening. I jumped into the metro. I went as fast as I could and I got there and I was able to see him and get him to sign the book. I was so fucking happy. Cannot even begin to explain how fucking happy I was. So that was really awesome. And I want to reread it because I miss it so much. I miss Saphira very much. I miss Aragon. I miss all of it. I miss so much of it, and I just want to reread it again. It's such an adventure. Yeah, I want to reread it all over again. And lastly is Divergent. I love the Divergent series. They have a special place in my heart. It's the first book I ever cried was the last one of the Divergent series. If you know, you know. Yeah, it's one of my first, it's my first love. So I really want to read that book. So those books. So yeah. What's a new release you haven't read yet? The Dark Mirror, which is the Bone Season one. I haven't read that one yet. We've gone over that. Not read it yet. And Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soul. So it's this book. I really don't pay attention to new releases. I don't pay attention to what's coming out, what isn't. Unless I'm following a series, I have like that noted in my notes app saying like, oh, this next book is coming this day, whatever. I don't really pay attention to those. And the few books that did come out this year that I'm reading or whatever, I've already read them. Now, new releases you want to read. So ones that aren't out yet, but you want to read them, and they're going to be out like the end of the year. Okay, it's kind of like a second part to this. So the first one is Accomplice to the Villain. This is the Assistant to the Villain, and then it was, what was it? Assistant to the Villain, Apprentice to the Villain, and now it's Accomplice to the Villain. I love it. It's my rom-com fantasy romantasy. Oh, it's like for me, it's a comedy. It's a comedy romantasy for me, and I love it. I giggle so much with it. I'm like a little girl, just like kicking my feet up while I'm reading. I love this book. It's just that stupid ass rom-com comedy of it. I love every single second of it. I love the characters. I love everything about it. It's a funny book to me, and I love every single second of it. I need to get all of them. I definitely do. I need to get every single one of them to my house as fast as possible. But yeah, I love all of them, so very excited for that one. The next one is The Fallen and the Kiss of Dusk. This is the second one for the Songbird and a Heart of Stone, so very excited for that one as well. I do think it's gonna be coming out this year. I think it's August, maybe, I don't remember exactly, but yeah, it's coming out this year, so I'm really excited for that one. And lastly, we have Rules for Fake Girlfriends, because the author is actually, it's young Sheldon's sister Missy. And the actress, she wrote a book and it's coming out this year, so it's Rules for Fake Girlfriends, and I cannot wait to read it and to support her. I think it's so cool, so cute, and honestly, if you follow her on social media, she's so fun. I love all of her TikToks and reels and stuff, so yeah, I'm loving it. So I'm also really intrigued to read that one. Now, these last two questions are ones that I added myself. Thank you very much, okay? And the first one is books you've DNF'd, because I do think we should give a little bit of space for the hate. The hate to the point that we DNF'd the book. or just like the mismatch of a DNF, you know? So we have the journey to the center of the earth. I go ham on why I DNF this on my TikTok, but basically there was a lot of xenophobic remarks within the book, especially towards Icelandic people, and like literally comparing their houses to hovels, and like saying like their people were dumber than sheep. Literally, like there's a line where it's like, you can't even see shepherds and whose sheep are smarter than them, basically. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And the condescending, bitchy characters, I couldn't deal with it. I hated that, and I just DNF'd it. And lastly, we have Shadow of the Gods. It just wasn't for me. I am telling you, I made it over 50%, and I couldn't handle it. It got to a point where I started listening to the audiobook. I do feel like I think I stopped right before it got good, from what I've seen online, but I couldn't handle it. I wasn't connecting to the characters. Everything was getting mixed in between. Not really understanding the point of the book. It shouldn't take your book 50% of it. 50% of the book for you to start hinting at what the issue is going to be. I'm disappointed because I thought I was gonna love it, but not loving it at all, not even remotely liking it. And lastly, we have the smuttiest reads. Okay, look. A lot of them have smut, but I wanted to be like the more like savage smut, you know, the ones that like hit me, you know? And firstly, we have Leave Me Behind. Look, there are some scenes in this one. Damn. Okay, the first one, right off the bat, I think it was second chapter, or first chapter or second chapter, right off the bat, sexy, let me tell you, sexy. Also, there's one scene with blood. I was not expecting it, and I liked it. It was, I didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I did, but I did, okay? I did. Obviously, we had to include haunting and hunting out of line, because let's be honest, when it comes to the smuttiest of the smutty, this one has to be included just off of the crazy of it, because I liked it. I liked it quite a lot. I must say so. So yeah, that's half of the year already gone. It's absolutely wild to think about that, actually, how half of the year has gone. I'll be seeing you guys next week for the next video. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet. I have ideas, but it's still kind of in limbo, so I guess you'll have to be surprised. I'll see you guys next week. Bye!